How you doing? This is Mitch with the Native Survival School. Today we're going to have a little chat about variable ambush for hunting. Stay tuned. Classic deer foraging technique out in the open. One stands guard while the others feed. Those deer were on that wide path that you see right there in the forest. They came in this direction. I was to the right, up on top of a ridge. And they were down in that direction. They came right through here. So I figured I'd come over here from the right side, skirt around, see if I could pick up their tracks, which I did. As you can see, Here's one deer right here. Here's another right here. Here's another right there. You can see where it jumped from there to over here. Right there is where it landed. Over here is tracks from another one. A little higher up on this ridge, 10 feet over. That's where another one. So by getting an understanding of the lay of the land, I saw them over there. I was on top of this ridge. I saw they skirted into the forest over here. They don't like to stay at the bottom. They usually like to be on the edge of ridges. So like this ridge right here, you're not going to find too many deer running on the top. You'll find them running just off at these angles. There's another ridge up over there. There's a valley in between where the water collects. That'd be another good spot. When I saw them, I circled around. I came along this way, turned in, and came back this way towards the direction that they were heading. I didn't see them, so it's possible that they veered off, went down the hill and across. This is beautiful, varied terrain for the white-tailed deer in my area. They love these forests. Sharp inclines and declines, lots of valleys. Here's a nice pocket of a shelf that runs along because it continues rising up there. It continues shooting down. Rolling forest. It's my kind of place. A lot of oak, a lot of pine, a lot of beech, a lot of blueberries, a lot of wintergreen. That large trail going through the forest always attracts deer. New shoots coming through there. They're always grazing out there. Plants grow there almost like it's a field. It's a different type of plants than here in the woods. There's a lot of great natural ambush points up on these mini ridges, these little hills, outcroppings, looking down at land like that. When I first saw them, I was coming up over a rise in the big path, and it allows me to look down a couple hills, pretty far, at least half mile anyways. So I always approach it with caution. Whenever I come up over a rise with a valley or a hill below me, I always do it slowly. I always do it quietly. Even though I wasn't hunting or anything like that, that tendency to kind of lurk over angles of edges that allow you to look further down and expose things. Slowly come up over them. Do it behind a tree. Do it on the edge. You don't just walk right in the middle of the path, that type of thing. It allows you to see things. I mean, I see way more animals that way than when I was a kid. I used to just be trucking along, and when I got to the spot where the angle changed, or when I got to that ridge, that line, I could always hear like stuff running away, and I might just see like the tail flapping of something right as it goes out of sight, because they heard me just walking right up. They obviously could see me. All that movement. So it pays to move slowly around ridge lines. Be a little more quiet as you approach them. Makes the woods much more interesting, and it gives you chances that you wouldn't have had for getting a shot on something, like a deer, or whatever the case is. If you happen to be hunting, right? Or if you're in a survival situation, self-reliance situation. Once I saw them, I watched them for quite a few minutes, probably 15 minutes. And I saw them come towards me and filter off to my left. So I backed up and came way around, started heading towards where they were coming. Now, if I wanted to try to hunt them and set up an ambush, that'd be the time to do it. What I do is I look at the lay of the land, and I see that there's a valley down here, ridges on each side, and they're more apt to travel along those. So when I circled around, if I was setting up an ambush, I would do so very quietly. I was pretty far away from them, so I could have done it quickly at first and then settled down really slow, skulked into the woods, found a spot along the lay of the land that I think that they might be heading towards, which is what I did. I found the spot that I thought they were heading towards. I was correct. But if I was hunting them, instead of me walking along, doing my thing, I thought I heard, possibly to my left, thought I heard it might have been them, especially as I look at the tracks now. But I would have just sat down at a spot, set up shop, and that could have been a good opportunity. See some deer, circle around further back from the way they're heading, sit myself down, and just wait right behind a ridge. And as they come walking up onto a ridge, I'm just still waiting for my bow. They might look at you and be like, wait a minute, is that a person with a bow? Because they didn't see me move, they didn't hear any noise, I'm just waiting for them. Just another technique to ambush game when it's on the move. Because you can ambush game ahead of time. You can look at a trail, you can look at where they're traveling, where food plot is, like that path, that's a good section for food. Get there before them, just sit and wait. This is a different style. This is maneuvering around your prey to get in front of them before they get there. Okay, so thanks for joining me today for this chat on variable ambush. It's a variable ambush because you don't know where the ambush is going to be ahead of time. It's a variable amongst the equation. A static ambush would be you pick a place, set up a blind, set up an ambush, and then wait for your prospective prey. This case, it's a variable ambush. You see something, you try to make an ambush ahead of them and get into a location to take advantage of their movement, have them walk right towards you. This has been Mitch with the Native Survival School. Be sure to check out our website at nativesurvival.com, and as always, enjoy the outdoors.